morning, guys. Good morning to you all. I hope you all had a fantastic weekend with your friends, your family, and whatever you're doing. Today is Tuesday morning. We've been up since 5 AM this morning. We had a delivery here in Essex at 6 AM. And I've just stopped off to have some breakfast, so off we go. So the weekend we was at, I'm not sure if you've seen my last video, which I'll put just above this one now. We went to the Truck Fest on Saturday. It was a good day, but have a look at the video. I've given you a little bit of a review on that one. And what I thought that weekend. It was a good day, don't get me wrong. The video may come across a little bit different as I summarise at the end, but all in all, it still was a nice day out with my wife and my daughter, with a lovely day out. Actually, it was a nice day. The sun was shining too, so it made all the difference. That is the second one we've been to in Sussex, Ardernley, West Sussex I think it is, down that way. About an hour and a half drive from where we live. It was a good day out. It was a good day out. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, driving a lorry all week and then having to get up in the morning, early in the morning, and go to a truck fest and, you know, stuff like that. I had a few comments on the last video, which is fair enough actually. You know, you can't complain with that. Some drivers have commented on that video saying I spend all week as a tramper in the lorry, why would I want to go to a truck fest and look at more lorries, which is actually a really good point, which is a fair point, to be honest with you. So no arguments on that, and I can understand what you mean. I'm just a bit of a geek when it comes to lorries and stuff. Hopefully one day I would like to have my own truck, and maybe attend truck fests and stuff. It's just something that I'm interested in, that's all it is. Would love to have my own one day and sort of show it off at events and stuff, and maybe go across to Europe, and that's all it is for me really. Something I've always had an interest in really. Everyone else's lorries and stuff, when I see them go past, and I'm sort of like, wow, you know, take an interest. I talk to drivers, and yeah, but all in all, it was a good day. It was a good day. Maybe not as good as last year. I thought there was a few things missing that I feel that they were missing at the event, and I was just giving my honest opinion on that day really, but it was still a very good day. So yeah, you know, but it is Tuesday. It's a new day. I didn't record yesterday because the truck went into Volvo on Friday last week for a full service this weekend. Picked it up at 6 AM just after 6 on Monday, yesterday, and I was in a bit of a rush really to get on with the day really, because when you usually on a Monday I like to get out at the very latest at 5 AM, and I'm usually at the yard at 4 o'clock, out by 4:30/5. So yesterday I was sort of behind time, if you like, yesterday, so I had to really crack on with the day. I had no time to really set the cameras up and stuff like that. But yesterday we picked up a load down in Woodbridge, a place called Woodbridge, which is further south, past through Essex this way really, and then I headed up to Birmingham for a delivery, and then I had a reload in Birmingham, and I brought it back down here this morning. So yesterday I did a 15-hour day yesterday, and I had to push down as far as I could really last night because I had a 6 AM delivery this morning. So I didn't really want to be getting up silly o'clock this morning and put my tacho on too early this morning, because I have got a bit of a day today as well. So I want to sort of save my drive time. I did a 10 hour drive yesterday, And the reason why I did that is because I've only got a 4-day week this week. I'm off on Friday. I'm off up to Staffordshire to see some friends we haven't seen for about 3 or 4 years. So I could afford to use my 10 yesterday, and I did. And I got up this morning at 5, left at 5:30. I was half an hour away from the tip, and we've just tipped and we're on our way. Had some breakfast on our way to Port Tilbury for a reload. If this is the first time you've actually seen my channel, or first time you've seen this video, give us a little like if you could, if you like this video of course, and give us a subscribe as well, because as I've always said, and I keep saying it all the time as much as I can on my videos, I'm very grateful for all the support I'm getting and all the support you've been giving me from day one. If you've been watching from day one or whenever you've subscribed, thank you. Your support is always much appreciated. I've also had a few comments on the last couple of videos of potentially new drivers, those who are looking to take their driving licenses, which is nice. I think my videos have had some sort of encouragement for you, and has made you take the leap, if you like. And there's a few people applying for funding through the HGV boot camps. So I know there's a few people that have messaged me on social media that are approaching mainstream, for example. I'll leave the link on the description below if you want to have a look at them. That's who I did my training with. They're a great bunch, really good trainers and instructors, tons of experience, and believe me, you'll know exactly, you know, you'll be halfway there once you've done your training with them, especially when it comes to road safety, you know, safety, tacho, you name it. They go through everything with you. They're really good, and they've got patience, which is good. Yeah, got a good bunch. I can't speak any, you know, I do speak highly of them, and the girls in the office are great as well. They will help you get work with agencies and stuff, you know, if obviously you're successful on your training and you pass. But yeah, good bunch. So good luck with your training, guys, those who are looking to take that leap now. I hope it all goes well for you, and I hope you do pass, obviously. I'm sure you will, and get your license and get on the road and maybe say hello to me sometime. I don't really get a chance to see many people on the road, because obviously you're always crossing paths with drivers. You might see each other on the road and give each other a flash or a thumbs up, maybe if the other, you know, the other side or something briefly. But yeah, so good luck with it anyway. So yeah, it's going to be, like I said, it's a nice day today. Let's hope today is another good day. I'm sure it will be. It is what you make of it at the end of the day. Don't rush, take your time and enjoy the ride, and make sure you get your jobs done. You know. But yeah, had no major issues with the lorry. I had to have 2 panels replaced underneath the steps. The one on my off side has been done. The near side hasn't, because they need to order that part. I had an issue with the mirror, which has been repaired, or just a panel of the mirror, should I say, which has been loose since I've been driving this Volvo. They fixed that for me and tightened that for me. What else needed doing? And the 12-volt cigarette lighter, or charging, not cigarette lighter, sorry, the 12-volt charging point, should I say, next to the cigarette lighter, that wasn't working. I had no charge in that at all. They've repaired that. That's working fine. So I've got my kettle working again, which is brilliant. So we're not relying on just one charging point now in the unit. So that's all been sorted, which is brilliant. And I have to say, since this has come out of the service, it drives even better. This has only done 281,000 kilometers, and this drives beautiful. It's driving even better. Even when I've got a full load on, it's really nice. So smooth. It just feels a lot smoother. I don't know what they've done to it, but it feels a lot smoother. For those who don't know what I drive, I'm driving a Volvo FH500. Nothing flash, nothing, you know, that sort of thing. But it has got a bit of thrust to it, if you like. But yeah, it's driving a lot better since it's come out for us from a service, I must say. So happy days with that. This week, we're not sure what we've got on. So we've got this, in terms of what we've got on today, we've got this reload. That's right, buddy. Just, there you go. Just push in front, it's fine. No problem. Rush hour. We've got a reload from Port of Tilbury now, so we're heading there. We'll be there, we're about 35 minutes away or so, 20 odd miles away. We're not sure how long it takes to get loaded. I know the guys there tend to go on their break about 10 o'clock. And when they go on their break, I've been here once at this, where I'm going at the Port of Tilbury now, I've been there once. When they go on their break, they go for about an hour. They close the whole site. Every single forklift driver goes on a 1 hour break. So I've got to be there before 10 o'clock ideally to make sure I get loaded in good time. But the good news is, whichever way that goes, whichever way that goes, the good news is I'm not travelling too far. I'm only going back down to Ipswich. So I'm only gonna have about a 2 hour drive down to Ipswich. I've got a delivery down there, and then I've got my reload. I have no idea just yet, actually. I don't know. The office have briefly said I may have a reload a bit more, well, it'll be local, probably down to driving back down to the Port of Felixstowe. So we've got the Port of Tilbury, we've got the Port of Felixstowe possibly today, so we're going to a couple of ports today. Where I'm going at the Port of Felixstowe, I have no idea. That's if they do send me down there. I have no idea. So we'll see what happens, what the office give me once I get to my delivery point. I'm sure I'll get that before then anyway, so I know ahead. I can plan ahead, sort of thing. But if I go to Felixstowe, it could be 4 or 5 different companies down there they could send me to, because I have been there a few times. I'm getting to know the ports now a lot more, especially Tilbury, Felixstowe, Ipswich. I've been to a couple of others up in the north, so I'm sort of getting a little bit used to the ports now, how they operate. Every port operates differently to one another, I guess, to a degree. But you've also got, there's always a process when you go to the ports, going through the security, the check-in process, that sort of stuff, and when you check out, etc., etc. So yeah, we'll see what happens, see what we got on today, what we're loading with. No idea what I'm loading with from Tilbury just yet. It will be pallets, of course, but it could be 1 or 2 things on the pallets. So we'll see what happens.
Simon driver George Baker, what's up?
I've got on the driver's ringing me now. So yeah, so let's see what happens. I'll call him back in just a second. I'll call you back in a second, Simon, if you're watching. So yeah, let's see what happens. The road should be fairly empty. It's 10 to 8 now. Just took a 20-minute break to have some breakfast and grab a coffee. Didn't really have time to make. I tried to boil the kettle this morning. That took so long to boil, I gave up in the end. So yeah, so what did everyone get up to the weekend? I hope you had a great weekend. Was there anyone at the Truck Fest on Saturday? Was anyone there? Because on my video, the last one, there was a couple of comments. I think well, actually one comment of one person was attending the Truck Fest on Sunday. Actually, no, there was someone there with their truck there on Saturday as well. But I actually didn't even notice the yourself, whoever was down there. Not sure the company name you was with, or if you had your own truck. But I must say the day, going back to the Truck Fest on Saturday, the day itself, although the day was great, there was less lorries there, less companies, and it didn't feel like your typical Truck Fest. There was independent businesses selling really useless and worthless toys. My goodness, some of the stuff people are selling. And the problem is when you got young ones, like you got a little girl, a little boy, who maybe under the age of 5, and they see these little toys for like £2.50, £6 and stuff like that, they're just absolutely, I've got to keep my words, be careful with my words, but they buy them for about 50p from China probably. They sell it for £6, £5 at these little stalls, and they have no relation to the actual day's event, and that's what I don't agree with. I really don't like it. I don't understand why these little businesses turn up selling stuff and it has no relation to the day. I just don't get it. I understand people have got kids and that, and they do it for the kids. I understand they're independent businesses. I'm all for helping independent businesses. I'm all for it. But for me, there's got to be a reason why they're there. There is no reason, I'm sorry, but there isn't. They're just there to sell stuff to kids. They know the kids are going to see something and want it. Just like my daughter, she sees it, she wants it. She won't take her eye off of it, and she'll have the biggest fit, the biggest cry, the biggest tantrum ever because she can't have it. And me and my wife as parents have to be really firm. I mean, I brought her a little, tell me if you can relate to this, by the way. I know I'm going off track a little bit, but just, there's a reason why I'm telling you this. I went to buy her a little, it was like an Arctic lorry with cars, a car transporter. It was like £3.50 for a bit of plastic. They probably buy it for 50p in China, like I said. £3.50, okay, we'll get her that. As she's walking to the till to pay for it, I'm like trying to get her to the till as quick as possible because I'm not made of money. A dad comes along. Now, it's not the dad's fault, but a dad comes along and his little boy goes, "I want the monster truck, Daddy, I want the monster truck." Dad goes, "Yeah, you can have the monster truck. You can have the monster truck, son. Of course you can." So, you know where I'm going with this, don't you? And I was replaced underneath the steps. The one on my off side has been done. The near side hasn't, because they need to order that part. I had an issue with the mirror, which has been repaired, or just the panel of the mirror, should I say, which has been loose since I've been driving this Volvo. They fixed that for me and tightened that for me. What else needed doing? And the 12-volt cigarette lighter, or charging, not a cigarette lighter, sorry, the 12-volt charging point, should I say, next to the cigarette lighter, that wasn't working. I had no charge in that at all. They've repaired that, that's working fine. So I've got my kettle working again, which is brilliant. So we're not relying on just one charging point now in the unit. So that's all been sorted, which is brilliant. And I have to say, since this has come out of the service, it drives even better. This has only done 281,000 kilometers, and this drives beautiful. It's driving even better. Even when I've got a full load on, it's really nice. So smooth. It just feels a lot smoother. I don't know what they've done to it, but it feels a lot smoother. For those who don't know what I drive, I'm driving a Volvo FH500. Nothing flash, nothing, you know, that sort of thing. But it has got a bit of thrust to it, if you like. But yeah, it's driving a lot better since it's come out from a service, I must say. So happy days with that. This week, we're not sure what we've got on. So we've got this, in terms of what we've got on today, we've got this reload. That's right, buddy. There you go. Just push in front, it's fine. No problem. Rush hour. We've got a reload from Port of Tilbury now, so we're heading there. We'll be there, we're about 35 minutes away or so, 20 odd miles away. We're not sure how long it takes to get loaded. I know the guys there tend to go on their break about 10 o'clock. And when they go on their break, I've been here once at this, where I'm going at the Port of Tilbury now, I've been there once. When they go on their break, they go for about an hour. They close the whole site. Every single forklift driver goes on a 1 hour break. So I've got to be there before 10 o'clock ideally to make sure I get loaded in good time. But the good news is, whichever way that goes, excuse me, whichever way that goes, the good news is I'm not travelling too far. I'm only going back down to Ipswich. So I'm only going to have about a 2-hour drive down to Ipswich. I've got a delivery down there, and then I've got my reload. I have no idea just yet, actually. I don't know. The office have briefly said I may have a reload a bit more, well, it'll be local, probably down to driving back down to the port of Felixstowe. So we've got the port of Tilbury, we've got the port of Felixstowe possibly today, so we're going to a couple of ports today. Where I'm going at the port of Felixstowe, I have no idea. That's if they do send me down there. I have no idea. So we'll see what happens, what the office give me once I get to my delivery point. I'm sure I'll get that before then anyway, so I know ahead. I can plan ahead, sort of thing. But if I go to Felixstowe, it could be 4 or 5 different companies down there they could send me to, because I have been there a few times. I'm getting to know the ports now a lot more, especially Tilbury, Felixstowe, Ipswich. I've been to a couple of others up in the north, so I'm sort of getting a little bit used to the ports now, how they operate. Every port operates differently to one another, I guess, to a degree. But you've also got, there's always a process when you go to the ports, going through the security, the check-in process, that sort of stuff, and when you check out, etc., etc. So yeah, we'll see what happens, see what we got on today, what we're loading with. No idea what I'm loading with from Tilbury just yet. It will be pallets, of course, but it could be 1 or 2 things on the pallets. So we'll see what happens.
Simon driver 𝐬𝐿𝐴, what's up?
I've got on the driver's ringing me now. So yeah, so let's see what happens. I'll call him back in just a second. I'll call you back in a second, Simon, if you're watching. So yeah, let's see what happens. The road should be fairly empty. It's 10 to 8 now. I just took a 20-minute break to have some breakfast and grab a coffee. Didn't really have time to make. I tried to boil the kettle this morning. That took so long to boil, I gave up in the end. So, okay. So we are just in the waiting area now, waiting to go in now. I've already booked in. Just put this window up a little bit. I've just checked in, so the office are aware I'm here. They know I'm here on bay 4 on the holding area. Obviously not allowed to show on site, so obviously that's why I got this camera on. They go on break, the forklift drivers all go on break about 9:30, I think. Yeah, 9:30 I think he said, and they go on break for about an hour. So he said he'll try and get me in before 9:30 if he can. If not, I'll be the first one to get loaded once they're finished, and that won't be until about 10:30. In the meantime, I have got my front camera working, the other GoPro working. However, for some reason on the GoPro it tells me here 8 black, which is the Hero 8 black, but on the other side it's on, but it doesn't show you the rear camera. You can't see anything, but it does record because I've got it connected to my iPhone. I did a test on record using the iPhone, the record button, and it does show the front media. So I'm going to have to manage that for now and see how it goes. It's so annoying because it's working but I can't see what I'm doing, so I'm having to sort of improvise, if you like. So I've got some spare batteries, but I've only got 1 battery for that camera. I haven't got any additional spare batteries for that camera, but I've got like 3 for this one, the Hero, the 10. So I'm just going to have to improvise because you want to see front footage. So I've just got my charger out. I didn't want the charger. I have no idea why I've just got the charger out. having a mare this morning. I'm not really having a mare, but I need the screw. I don't need that. What am I doing? What am I doing on a Tuesday morning? Who would be a lorry driver? Got to be mad to drive a lorry for a living. So they say anyway. So everyone keeps telling me. Can't find it. Got one there. And I'm actually usually quite organised, but I can't find my other to connect the camera with. Yeah, having a mare whilst I'm waiting. See, now the perks are with this job as well. It depends how you look at it. If you've got to be somewhere by a certain time, then it's not ideal at times. But the good thing, well, that's not what I want to happen. What's going on there? That screw's loose. We should still be able to use it. I'm missing something. I'm missing a part. Very frustrating. So what I was trying to say there is, sometimes this job does have its perks. And then perks can be, you're not just always on the road driving, you can be sitting around as well. Now you may see that as a perk, you may hate sitting around, I'll be honest with you. We've got a few drivers, well maybe not a few, but I know a couple of drivers who do not like sitting around. They do not like sitting around at all. So yeah, where me, I've got no problem sitting around, to be honest with you. You're earning whilst you're sitting around, happy days. And it gives you time to have some food, to have a tea, coffee, put the kettle on, whatever things you may have to do. You might have some personal things to sort out. You got this time when you're sitting around waiting to do things. So I call it admin time, to make the most of it. I've been on break now whilst I'm waiting 27 minutes. I'm probably not going to get in there before 9:30. I'll be very lucky to, but it is what it is. We can have a chat. So I'm going to switch the front camera on once we leave sight and see if it works. I'm hoping it will work just fine. However, the lorry does need a wash. So if I have time, I might quickly jump into the truck wash. Not literally jump in like the lorry will jump in, not me. And which is literally just up there, like 30 seconds away. If it's not busy, I may pop in there and quickly get the unit washed, because it is dirty. Get it washed and then get to our delivery point as soon as possible. So let's see how we do for time first, because we've still got to get to Ipswich. It's about a 2-hour drive away. In fact, before I forget, I've just reminded myself, see, there's a reason why I've got the camera on, because it reminds me of where I'm actually going today. That would actually help. Let's have a look, see where we're going. We're going to a postcode. That will help. Postcode is IP HA. Rings a bell. Oh, Whittle Road. Aha, I think I've not been here before. Actually, this is a new one for me. This is a new job. This is a new one. 65 miles away, 1.5 hours, 1 hour 32 roughly to get there. That's not too bad. So ETA, I'll get there about midday, I think. It'll be about midday by the time I get there. There's no time for this delivery. Well, no, there's no time for it from what I can see on the job sheet. So we get there when we're loaded. So that's all we can do. But I know for certain
you will arrive at your destination at 10:39.
No, it won't be at 10:39. Yeah, most of these places, last sort of delivery will be about 3:30, but I've got to reload. So if I've got to reload, I've got to be there before 4 o'clock ideally. Otherwise, I'll be loading in the morning. So I know some places at the ports can be really fussy on times. Not everyone, but some companies can be very, because their forklift drivers go home at a certain time. Depends on who they are, I guess. I'm collecting paper, paper reels, big huge paper reels. How many I'm collecting? I have not the faintest. 23 I'm collecting, so pretty heavy load, but probably it will be well over 20 ton for sure, because if it's the big ones, no, it won't be, it'll be the sort of medium sized ones. They're like 2.5 ton each or something like that. So yeah, no, yeah, if it'll be a ton, there'll be a ton each. Yeah, so 23 will be 23 ton. 23 ton. That's a nice V8 Scania, 𝐘𝐟𝐨𝐾 Freight Limited. 𝐘𝐟𝐨 Freight Limited. It's quite nice actually. I like that. That's nice. Anyway, I'm talking too much, just talking rubbish. Let's see what time we get out of here. I'll get back to you, and then hopefully we'll be able to get the lorry washed. Welcome back. So we've been sat here for 1 hour and 55 minutes. Now, with a bit of luck, they should come over now and come and collect me to be loaded. I've been here for nearly 2 hours. They've been on their break for an hour. So 1 hour and 56 minutes it's been now, waiting to be loaded. This is the port of Tilbury, guys, or any port for that matter. So you just don't know when you might be going in, but there is movement. There is movement with the forklift drivers, which means that could well be a good sign. So yes, so it's been a long wait, guys. So I've had an update from the office that this delivery has to be there by 12 o'clock. It's now 10:36 in the morning. By the time I get loaded, it'll be gone 11:30 at the very earliest, if I'm lucky. I'm not going to get there for 12. Apparently any time after you'll be lucky to get tipped. There's a 50-50 chance to be tipped. So all I can do, I'm going to get this loaded, head down to Ipswich, which is 1 hour and 40 minutes away from here, and hope that when I get there before 2 o'clock that they will still tip me. If they don't tip me, then it's a case of either, well, I need to speak to the office first, load this first, or sorry, tip it first thing tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, or there'll be a plan B from the office, hopefully. So it's a wait and see game. So basically they'll come and get you, give you a shout, you'll follow the forklift driver to your bay, your allocated bay. Obviously I've undone the buckles on the trailer. I've swept the trailer out, because you do have to sweep the trailer out. Yeah, open the curtains basically, and hopefully we'll get loaded. But I have spoken to the gentleman in the office. He did say that once they've finished their break, you'll be the first in to be loaded, because your load has been picked. So here we go, we've got 2 forklift drivers coming over. I'm not sure which one is going to be mine. Let's have a look. Obviously I can't have the front camera on, guys, because of obvious reasons, but I think this is me. It's me. Brilliant. We're going in. This is us. Let's go. Right, let's follow him. Can I go? Hopefully. Okay, let's go. So I've just got to follow the forklift driver. He's giving me the thumbs up, so I'm just, yep, it's definitely me. So we're going in, guys, we're going in. 2 hours later. My goodness, that took some time. I'm sure he wants me to park though. Right, they allocate you a bay, so he'll point to which bay I need to be on. Let's see which one he wants me on first. Better line myself up. So I'm lined up for the bay, whichever bay he's going to point to. I'm assuming it's that one. No, down the end. Damn it. I thought it was that bay there, the easy one. No, Billy. Got to drive around longs of Leeds, and it's on the one in front. I think it's the one right down the end. This looks like it. Right, here we are. He's giving me the thumbs up for this one. Bay 16. Right, here we are. Right. Okay, so we're on the bay. I'm gonna go and open the curtains now, guys, and I'll get back to you very shortly. Okay, guys. Update is they're tipping me. Whew. We got here. So it was booked in for 12. Obviously, we got here just after 1:30 p.m. Bit of traffic coming down the A12. It's absolutely scorching today. It's very hot. Oh, hang on a second. Lovely. Thank you, bud. Cheers. Thank you, mate. Just checking the load. Oh, the load tipping me now. That's good. Yeah, so that's just the paperwork. That's just the POD that I've taken from the office. Just got here, yeah, got in time. The man, actually, the guy I just spoken to was sound, absolutely really nice chap, actually, really nice. They don't normally let you in after 12 o'clock, but he did say he knows that the ports are very behind at the moment with orders and loading times, etc. It must be a lack of forklift drivers or something. I don't know the ins and outs of all of it, but anyway, we're here. They're tipping me, which is brilliant, because I was worried that I'm going to have to park here overnight until 7 o'clock in the morning. I didn't really want to be doing that, not on a hot day like this, and you're literally got no shade here at all, so everything to avoid that, if you know what I mean. Anyway, there's two bosses coming over. Not coming to me, are they? No, they're not. Yeah, so we hopefully, if we get tipped in good time, we need to be at a reload for tomorrow's delivery at 8 AM. It's now 5 to 2. We've got 2 hours to get this tipped and get to our next reload, which is just under 30 minutes away, which I should be fine for. If they get this off in good time, I should be okay. I need to get that loaded today so I'm not behind tomorrow. So fingers crossed. We've achieved one sort of target today, which is getting this tipped, luckily enough, which is brilliant. They must need this load to tip me. If they didn't need it, they would probably reject it, you never know, but that's good. We're getting tipped. Next objective is to get to Woodbridge, which is literally just under half an hour away, 10 miles away or so. Okay. Okay, guys, we are tipped. Front camera should hopefully be coming on now. I think I've got it working. My goodness, it's hot. Let's make sure I level off. My goodness, it is warm, and wearing a polo neck is not a good idea, I must say. It really isn't. Okay, so we're tipped here, just levelling off. We're going to raise the tag axle. Just put this on. Hope you can hear me okay. I'm not sure how much battery life is left in this, so I just need to plug my phone in. It needs charging slightly. Oh my goodness guys, it is really hot today. Hope you can hear me okay anyway. Can you hear me alright? Yep. I've got the front camera working for now. I'm gonna have to maybe look at getting a new one or a new battery, I'm not sure. Paperwork I've got. Brilliant, so we was there for 43 minutes, which is not too bad. Right, axles up, leveled off, we're all good to go. Got our paperwork, which is marvellous. Definitely got that, he gave me that before he started tipping me. Right, aircon. So what I'm having to do here, guys, I'm having to put the aircon on quite high just to keep this camera as cool as possible on the window, because it really gets warm, obviously, because it's exposed by the sunlight, and when it reflects off the window, it's even worse. Thank you. Okay, so we are 30 minutes away. ETA is just before 3 PM for our reload. So the latest we can get there is like 4 o'clock. Now we're going to go back out the way we came in. Hopefully.
Simon Driver George Baker, WhatsApp audio.
There's no driver ringing me. I can speak to them after because I need to get to this job. So you can follow me out of Ipswich, and then we can. So if we go right here, there's 7.5 ton limit over that bridge, so we need to be aware of that. So we're not going to go right, we're going to go left and go out the same way we came in, basically. That's the plan. Oh, he's letting me go. Wonderful. Thank you. See, there are nice people that let you go if you're a lorry driver, an Arctic driver. Right, so this is a one-way system down here, so we need to go. I want to go back the way we came, really. I don't really want to be going any other way, because around here there are lots of bridges. So if we can avoid that, we will. We shall. We came right here, so I'm going to go back the way we came. I'm not going the same way. That is the plan. I'm not going the way we came. I'm going back on myself. Because I'm not risking it. The 7.5 ton restriction was in front of me there. I'm not going that way, left way the sat nav's trying to take me, because I don't know that way. I do know the further into Ipswich you go, the more problems you're going to be faced with. So always use the way you came in is the way you go out, if you can. If you can, of course. And 9 times out of 10 you can. So the sat nav will redirect me. It'll probably put 10 minutes. It's put 10 minutes onto my journey, but as long as I'm there before 4 o'clock, all is good. I'll get loaded. That's the most important thing. So yeah. Wow, it's hot today. So what is the degrees? 26 degrees today it is. 26, and I'm wearing this polo neck, and it really is not good. I'm definitely going to be wearing a thinner t-shirt tomorrow. That's if it's warm like this. I may even change it shortly, but I really do need to have a shower tonight. So yeah, I want to be having a shower tonight if I can. If I do push, if I get this loaded, which I should do, and push on to my delivery point for tomorrow morning, then having a shower is going to be out of the question. So I need to be possibly looking at a service station. Now I'm thinking M1, maybe Watford Gap, Northampton or Toddington, or maybe I'm trying to think. Junction 13 truck stop is one option for me if I can get there in good time. I'm not going to get there in good time, that's for sure, because that place gets busy. So that's probably out of the question. Unless you get there before 4 o'clock, you're going to be pretty lucky to find a space. It's not a big truck stop. There's about probably 40 spaces, 47 spaces in there. It's not the greatest truck stop, I must say. So that's out of the question. So it's probably going to be a service station tonight. But I just want to have a shower, really. Get this loaded and find somewhere where I can have a shower. We're not far from our delivery point, so I mean, once we get loaded, so obviously, yeah. So let's see what happens and how it goes. Seems to be seems to be flowers on the side of this road. Looks like someone's either lost their life, been run over, or had a crash or something on this road. I don't think the highways guys are doing there, but they're doing something. They're putting something in place. Yes. So I hope the front camera, you can see quite well with the front camera. Like I said, I can't see anything on the front camera. I've just ordered, or I am not just ordered, I'm going to order a suction cap for the front camera, so it's on the window rather than it's on my dash at the moment. I've got it connected to the dash, which is not ideal. So I'm going to get a suction cap, the same as this one, and stick it on the window, and it's there permanently when I need it. What I do need to get as well is a better memory card. This camera here is only a 64 gig, so is that one. But that one's better actually. This one's a 64. It's not the greatest. It runs out of memory very quickly. So if I'm doing long recording, you're constantly deleting content, transferring content, deleting content all the time, etc., etc. It just takes time out of your day, which is not a problem. It is what it is. But I'm going to have to order one. Get a 256 gig storage card or something like that. Right, the way we came. So my sat nav wants to take me back down there, which is not going to happen because I'm not doing that. I'm getting back onto the road. That's what I'm doing. So, final alternative. I need to go straight down here and straight over here. Right, we came from this way. So the sat nav wants me to do a U-turn and go back on myself. We are not doing that. We're going straight over towards the A12, and this is the way we're going. Excuse me. We should be going left, hopefully, towards, hang on a second, Felixstowe. Yes, if I remember rightly, this is the correct way. Yes, it is. Yes, we're going left. I have no idea why the sat nav's trying to take me back that way. I am not going into Ipswich. Basically, the reason why I'm funny about that place is because when I first started this job, I was just driving the tractor unit, or just a unit, no trailer, and I had to go into Ipswich to get some. I can't remember why I went in there. There was a reason why I went in there. I think it was, I can't remember exactly what it was now. Anyway, I was doing a favour for the office, I think. I went in there, and the amount of bridges I came across, the further in I went, I just thought, nah, sod this. Sod bringing a trailer into Ipswich. Now, I thought that about this job today, but it turned out it was actually okay in the end. So, you know, not so bad after all, if you know what I mean. So yeah. But that wasn't bad. That job wasn't bad. They were nice. The guys were actually nice. Forklift guy was really a nice chap, friendly guy, and yeah, no complaints there at all. He wants me to reverse further back. Okay. Like my gloves. Sexy, aren't they? So we just need to reverse further back down the runway. So we're at a runway here. This is a runway where we're loading an old runway, of course. So he'll give me a shout once I am level. So we're just reversing back to get in line for him to load us. I've just got to loosen the buckles on the trailer, and then that should be us, get loaded. If you hear a big bang, you know if it's something. As long as it's not the forklift driver, it's fine. Perfect, thank you, sir. Saved by the bell. Okay, so we're going to get loaded. Back to you soon. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday. It's a new day today. And our next delivery. So we are in a place called Dunstable at the moment. A place called Dunstable. This is where we are today. Next up, once we've done this delivery, so we are going to go up here and then reverse into our place of delivery this morning. Next up for us today on a Wednesday is a place called, let me just get it up on sat nav. I've actually got this saved. Make sure you can see that, sorry. New Spine Road, 𝐬𝐤𝐴𝐻, New Spine Road. So I've actually pre-saved this for today. If we click on to drive. Now, for those who haven't actually used a TomTom before, this is the most important part. So I just thought I'd run through this with you because I had a couple, well, I had more than a couple actually. I had a few questions on this one about dimensions, weights, max speed, etc. Now for this purpose, you can see here length of the vehicle, you've got the middle one which is weight of the vehicle. I always leave this set at the same, and the height is the most important one. So my trailer is 15'4", which is 4.68 in meters. So I've set that up there, so that's all set up. That's the most important one if you do get a TomTom. And obviously weight is set at maximum weight, 44 ton gross axle. Speed 52. Obviously you can adjust that as and when you wish. I normally have it at 56 because that's the max speed, but obviously on average with you're not always going to be doing 56 because of roads, etc, etc. So I set that at 52, and then I'll just click onto the arrow. That's all set. That will then adjust my route. It will give me a number of different routes to where I'm going to. So on this occasion, I have sort of been to this area in Derby before. So straight up the M1 is where we're going. That's the route we're going to choose, and it will give me obviously my time, which is 2 hours and 6 minutes. So I've just gone through today briefly on where we're going next. We are currently in a place called Dunstable, as I've just gone through on the sat nav. I hope that helps a few people with regards to setting it up. It's a very straightforward process, so yeah, really easy to use the TomTom anyway. Once you've got it all set up, you can pretty much leave it, apart from obviously your height of your trailer that you have to change as and when you do a drop and swap. If you drop the trailer, if you've got your own trailer, I guess you haven't got to really adjust that speed, etc. So yeah, really straightforward process with that. We're off to Leicester, sorry, not Leicester, Derby, should I say, Derbyshire, the other side of it, not far from Leicester, of course, and doing a collection there. We have tonight, we have only one drop today, sorry, 2 drops. So we've got a reload there, and then we're actually tipping in Enfield, London. So we've got a 17:30 delivery this evening. So we should get up there, get loaded, and make it back down here or down to London in good time. I think we're going to Iceland. I'm waiting for the job sheet to come through, which hasn't come through yet. But that's what we're doing today. So no idea what we're doing after that, but that's the plan for today at the moment. I'm next in to get tipped. There's a driver in front of me just tipping currently. So he should be done within the next 30 minutes or so, hopefully. And then we can get reverse back and obviously get tipped. What I was going to do actually is, let's get my phone, it's charged. I was going to, I've been asked to give some shout outs on my channel, so now is probably a good time to maybe give some shout outs. Just bear with me a second, I'll just find. So I have hundreds of comments on the channel, but I did say that I'll give shout outs to people that have asked for shout outs, and I'll give a shout out to those who have commented on excuse me, on the channel as well, because I think it's important, because obviously I'm very grateful and I appreciate everyone's following and everyone's support along the way. So I'd like to mention some people that just give shout outs really. If I do miss the shout outs, I do apologize, but there's so many to go through, I'm not going to get through it all. Excuse me, whoa, a bit of a cough this morning. So these are the comments that, some of the comments I haven't responded to yet or read. I'm going to read them now, but so here goes. So some shout outs for Lee Atkinson, shout out for you. Kevin stroke IR7HI, don't know who that is, but hi Kevin, shout out. JMC Farland, Mikey Faulkner, big shout out for you. The Phantom Rasp Blower, brilliant. I can't pronounce all these channel names, by the way, but I'll give it a go. Bear with me. Resistant Cube Gaming, Craig Staningforth, James Marriott, Zaki, I can't pronounce that, sorry, I do apologise. My pronunciation is terrible, most things, literally, names as well. Mark Davis, J Hamper 108, Jake Holiday 9612, Kevin Sallows 9709, Lass said Scott.Mac, Kevin Harnott, Micah the Pike, Dillian Blake, James Williamson, Billy/W, Josh Thomas, Stuart Rose 1276, hope I've got it right, Christopher Walker, Joe Argyle, Robert Burton, Abarala, user/FP, 𝐲𝐿𝐤𝐜𝐢𝐴, Dominic Marshall, David Batchelor, Alex Wild, Wendy, Dinger Bell, Scott.Mac, I think I've mentioned that already, I think, Paul M, Gary Rawson, Smithy, Andy Flukes, private / 𝐬𝐨𝐜𝐷 God, I've got a real tickety throat today. JD Harry, Barry Brown, Aaron Jones, 𝐻GV Adam Mulligan, 𝐬𝐨𝐮𝐫. What is that noise? Derek Mail, 𝐬𝐨𝐜𝐢𝐚. Try and get through as many as I can. Dean Hathwaite, Harry Hitman, Glyde Moore, Ashby, 69 Trend. It's Only My Opinion, Trucking Adventures, Jacobs, wow, Stasikas, Go Lunar App, Ben. There's a lot of so many comments on here, guys. I can't get through them all, but Wesley Watson. I just want to give a shout out to as many as I can, really, whilst I've got a few minutes, 'cause I'm going to go in a minute and get tipped. Andy Flukes, said that already, I think. Christopher Hodes, Steve the Pug, Barrow Connor, Zippy, Richard Denton, iBeast. So that's Stephen Baker. So there, as many as I can. I can't get through them all, guys. There's hundreds and hundreds of comments. But I just want to give a shout out to a few on there that I can go through, 20 or 30 that I've gone through. So thank you very much for all the comments, guys, on the videos. Okay, guys, we are tipped. That's that one done. That one's tipped. We are free to go on our jollies. So this front camera should be on now, so you can see where I'm going. So get some footage on my way up, coming out of Dunstable. Then it's just the M1 really, all the way up. Yeah, M1 straight up really. Yeah, so we're on our way. That took approximately, oh, a bit bouncy there. That took about, how long did that take? 40 minutes, 45 minutes to get tipped. So, not too bad. A standard sort of typical tip would be around about 1 hour. Always give an hour to be tipped, really. Sometimes it can take a bit longer, but then again, you just never know where you go to. With this place I've just been to here, they tend to tip you within the hour, no problem at all. You do one side, get back in, close the curtain, get back in, then move the truck to the other side of the road and open that side of the curtain. So you do one side and one side, one at a time, because the cars are parked either side of you. So yeah, so that's pretty much the reason why we do that there. But yeah, straightforward tip, but then again, it can take 3 hours, 2 hours to be tipped sometimes. It really depends on where you're going. So my plan now is to obviously go north, M1 northbound, and I'm going to stop off. I need some diesel. Now I'm thinking, do I get diesel on the way up or do I get diesel on the way down? Now I want to stop off and grab a drink. I need some water and I want to grab a coffee as well. I just can't be bothered to get the kettle out. boil the kettle. It takes so long sometimes, so it can take a good 10 minutes to boil the kettle in the cab. And if I use a 24 volt, it's a lot quicker, but I've got everything else plugged into there. So yeah, we're heading out. Oh, that pigeon wants to
Unknown caller.
end the life. Right, guys, I'll get back to you in a second. I have the office ringing me. Okay, so it's not good news. I have driven to, oh, it's hot, another hot day. Driven up to, where are we? We're in Derby for this reload. Driven 2 hours up to get loaded. I've been sat here now 2 hours, 2.5 hours to be exact. 2.5 hours to be exact. And we're still not on a bay yet. I have no idea what's going on. I've informed the office twice already, so they're totally aware of what's going on, and I could possibly be pulled out of this job. That is going to be the first for me to be pulled out of a job, because the load is not picked, it's not ready yet. I've been here 2.5 hours and we shouldn't really be sitting still for this long. And it's scorching, so I think I might be hearing from the office very shortly. And just keeping an eye on my phone, but I could be well pulled out of this job. No, it's not the office. Yeah, so it's looking very bleak for me today. It looks like I'm heading back south, possibly with an empty trailer, and this load at Iceland is not being delivered today. I'm already late, and my ETA is currently 5:47, and I'm not even on the bay yet, so this is going to be well overdue. And Iceland, if you haven't been there before, are very funny with timings. Oh, open that window. Really funny with timings. So they will probably reject the load if I get there. They normally give you a half an hour sort of grace either side, or after your booking time. At the moment it's looking like it's not going to happen at all. So yeah, it is what it is. I've been sat here over 2.5 hours now, and it's not looking good, guys. So today's been a bit of a bad day for me, I think. So I mean, I sat here, there's been a number of drivers who have come in after me and they've been loaded, but I guess their load is ready to be loaded and has been picked. Mine hasn't. I'm still here waiting. So I'm waiting for confirmation for the office to pull me out of this job. I'm not sure where I'm going to next. I could be reloading somewhere else to take south maybe, or something, I don't know. Or I could be going back to the yard empty. I just don't know what's going on. I'm just waiting. Everything's in the office's hands at the moment to deal with what's going on there. I don't know what they're doing, but I've just got to take instruction and do as I'm told. So yeah, so yeah, that's where we are at the moment, guys. That's where we are. I've had lunch. I've eaten myself to death sitting here. Well, not to death, so to speak, but figure of speech. But yeah, it's not good. Today's been a really disappointing day, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I started at 5 o'clock this morning, 4:30, 5. It's now 3 o'clock, so I've got till 8 o'clock on a 15